Every law student is terrified of being cold called by the professor in class, and as a result, they spend so much time reading their cases over and over again and studying on the off chance that they might get called on. But there is a better way. So use this trick to supercharge your studying to make sure that you are more prepared for the final and are prepared for any cold call question your professor may give you. Every law student is afraid of being called on in class. Being on the hot seat and being cold called by the professor can be a terrifying experience. And as a result, we tend to spend so much time preparing for class and reading and rereading our cases. But you know what? There's a better way. So use this trick to supercharge your studying in a way that will actually help you on the final exam, but will also prepare you for class so that you can answer any question your professor throws at you. Okay, so here at Legal Eagle, we call this the flipped case method, and here's why. The normal way of studying is this. You struggle through reading a case. The average reading speed is about 10 pages per hour. You try to figure out the point of a case. Then when you think you have it, you reread the case. Then you write a long brief including the parties, the procedural posture, the trial court decision, the facts, the disposition, etc., etc. You write all of this crap down just on the off chance that your professor happens to ask you about some random detail about the particular case. Then maybe you go read a commercial outline or a supplement if you're lucky, and then you just go to class and hope for the best. That is a bad way to study for class. Number one, it's totally inefficient. You're starting with the really hard stuff first and then reading the summaries later. On top of that, you're focusing on all of the material that is not going to help you on the final exam. In our other videos on case briefing, links down below, we talk about how so much time is wasted on a standard case brief because almost none of that information is going to be tested on the final exam. The final exam is about applying the facts to the law, not about the rationale or the procedural posture of some random case from New Hampshire. What we recommend instead is this. It's the flipped case method. The idea is start with a supplement first. That's right, you read your supplements and your summaries before you read the case. Read the summary first, several of them if you can, and only then, once you have a general or sometimes even a very specific idea of what the case is about, only then do you go into the case itself. So for example, if you happen to have an outline for your course, and it happens to be keyed to your particular casebook, go directly to the summary of the case you're about to read and read the summary first. Or you can use Westlaw. Westlaw is an entirely underrated resource in law school. They have a whole army of attorneys who are summarizing the most important facts and black letter law of a particular case. Or you can go to an old upperclassman's outline, or you can go to Quimby. The trick is to get an idea of the point of the case before you start delving into it. One person said that reading a case is like stirring cement with your eyelashes. It just goes so slowly. But if you know what you're looking for ahead of time, then once you start reading the case, you can go through it more quickly. Now, I wouldn't skim through the case, but I would certainly go faster than you normally read because you know exactly what you're looking for. Pay special attention to the particular facts, the narrative of the story, but most importantly, pay attention to the black letter law, which you probably already have in the form of the summaries and the outlines and commercial supplements that you've already read. Of course, not all cases are created equal. Some are important only for a particular statement of black letter law, and you might never even learn the facts themselves. Some are important only for the outcome based on the facts. Some cases are only important for the historical value, and you're never going to actually use the facts or the black letter law in that case. But the point is, in any of those particular scenarios, it's better to have an idea of what you were looking for before you delve into the case. You'll retain more and you'll struggle less. And on top of that, you can skip the long, meandering rainbow case brief too. You can click the link below to download our guide on using a 3-point case brief method that will have you writing case briefs in just a sentence or two. And when you pair the 3-point brief with our flipped case brief method, you will just breeze through your homework assignments. And cold calls? Well, believe it or not, even though you're working less, you'll be far more prepared than using the standard method. You'll already have a good idea of what the professor wants you to take away from the case, and you'll remember the facts of the case. And between the two, that's 90% of what the professor is looking for anyway. So use the flipped case method. You'll be able to breeze through your homework. You'll be able to write case briefs that will go directly into your outline and will better prepare you for class. If you want more tips on how to crush law school, you can click the link below to our free guide. You can also check out our masterclass where we lay out step by step how to crush every single law school exam and how to think like a lawyer. And please subscribe to our channel. We come out with new tips on how to crush law school all the time. So I'll see you next time here at Legal Eagle. Every law student spends, never look dumb in class again. Make being afraid of questions. And as a result, they study, and will make cold calling on the final, but will also prepare you for class